we're doing our presentation on fold characteristics. What is a fold?
A fold is a flexure in rocks where there is a change in the amount of dip in a bed. They are usually formed at destructive plate margins because fold is produced by compressive forces acting horizontally. Folds can be small-scale structures found over just a couple of metres or on enormous scales over tens of kilometres.
When a fold is formed, you get either dips pointing upwards or downwards. An upfold is called an anticline, and the dips point outwards. An antiform is describing the shape only, whereas an anticline is used if the age of the rock is known. The dip arrows point outwards from the axial plane. The oldest rock is in the centre of the fold. So this is the oldest rock, and you have arrows drawn out here and here on a geological map to show what sort of fold it is. A syncline is a downfold with dips pointing inwards. It is a syncline if the age of the rocks are known, but a synform is describing the shape only. The dip arrows point into the axial plane, and the youngest rocks will be in the centre of the fold.
Describing folds. Gentle, the interlim angle is between 180
So, this is the interlim angle. So, it depends on how steep the fold is, on like what word you use to describe that angle. So, if it's gentle, this angle will be between 180 and 120 degrees, and the rest. And this here is the fold limb, and it's the section of the fold between the hinge and like one hinge and the next one, forming one side of the fold. The crest here is the highest part of the fold, and the trough down here is the lowest part of the fold. The axial plane is the plane that joins the hinges of the bed, and is that it? Oh, and the hinge is the line along which there is a change in the amount or the direction of the dip, and it forms the most sharply curved part of the fold.
Recognising folds. There's two types of folds. There's a symmetrical fold, which the angle of the dip on each of the limbs is the same as the length of the limbs, and the axial plane will be vertical. Also, asymmetric folds, where one limb is higher than the dip angle of the other. The limb with a low angle of dip will have a wider outcrop than the limb with the higher angle of dip. The axial plane is inclined.
That's brilliant. Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. That's fantastic.